And your career was a success because you kept Will Smith's wife's name out your mouth.
Yeah. No, I said that's the blueprint.
That's
The blueprint.
Oh, wow.
In the unpredictable world of Hollywood, where allegiance shift, secrets simmer, and careers can be defined by a single rumor, a strange tale has emerged involving three of the industry's most iconic figures: Eddie Murphy, Will Smith, and Jim Carrey. The drama, if Eddie Murphy's latest claims are to be believed.
It's very simple. There's three things you do. Just do these three things. Pay your taxes. Mind your business. And keep Will Smith's wife's name out your mouth!
Revolves around why Will Smith has grown increasingly anxious about Jim Carrey potentially revealing hidden secrets that could shock even the most jaded industry insiders.
I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse.
In an exclusive interview with Hollywood Weekly, Eddie Murphy, ever the consummate storyteller, took his audience on a journey into a hidden side of Hollywood, offering details and an account that felt both surreal and chilling. Look, I've been in this town a long time, and I know things that'd keep you up at night. Murphy began with a knowing chuckle, but some things even I don't mess with. Now what I'm about to tell you, let's just say it's the kind of thing that makes even me look over my shoulder. Murphy delved into the complicated relationship between Will Smith and Jim Carrey. The two actors, while appearing cordial and even friendly in public, had supposedly shared an intense connection over the years, one that began in the 1990s when both stars were at the height of their fame. Will and Jim, Eddie explained, they go way back, but not just in the way most people think. They crossed paths during those early days of stardom, at parties, on sets, you name it. And they both have a knack for, let's just say, unearthing sides of each other that the public doesn't get to see. But Eddie's tale hinted at something deeper than a professional rivalry. According to Murphy, Jim Carrey was one of the few people who had witnessed the darker, more troubled side of Will Smith. Now, I ain't saying Will's a bad guy, Eddie clarified, but every superstar's got their skeletons. And Jim knows exactly where Will's are buried. Eddie recounted a bizarre, almost surreal incident that supposedly took place in 1997 at an exclusive A-list party hosted by a renowned Hollywood producer. This party was like no other. The guest list was tight, the drinks kept coming, and it was one of those nights where things just escalated. By the end of it, secrets were being spilled left and right, Murphy said, leaning forward with a serious look in his eye. At some point during the night, Will and Jim reportedly ended up in a secluded corner of the mansion. It was here Eddie claimed that Jim witnessed something that changed his perception of Will forever. Jim saw something that night, something that stayed with him to this day, Murphy said, lowering his voice. Now, I don't know exactly what he saw, but word is it was enough to make even Carrey, who's seen his share of Hollywood madness, take a step back. Years passed, and although Jim Carrey kept what he knew to himself, Eddie speculates that Carrey has, over time, hinted at his knowledge in subtle ways. Jim's an artist, you know. He's always slipping in these little references, little lines in interviews that make you wonder, wait, is he talking about someone specific? Murphy explained. Fans and insiders have noticed these enigmatic hints over the years, with Jim occasionally dropping cryptic remarks about the nature of celebrity, fame, and the secrets people carry. Will Smith, ever aware of Carrey's awareness of his hidden life, had grown increasingly nervous as the years went on. Murphy claimed that Smith's fear of Carrey was well known in Hollywood circles. You ever wonder why Will sometimes seems tense around Jim? Murphy asked with a raised eyebrow. That's because Will knows Carrey could destroy everything if he wanted to. One wrong comment, one little slip up, and boom. Will's carefully crafted public image shatters. In 2015, Eddie continued, the tension between the two men reached a boiling point. At a private Hollywood function, Will confronted Jim in an effort to get him to keep the past buried. It was like something out of a movie. Eddie chuckled, though his tone remained serious. Will approached Jim, tried to be casual, but you could feel the heat between them. He was sweating, eyes darting around, and he told Jim, almost begged him, really, to let the past stay in the past. But Carrey, known for his erratic and often confrontational style, didn't give in so easily. Jim just smiled that wild smile of his and said something like, "Some secrets are like fine wine, Will. They get better with age." According to Eddie, this exchange haunted Will for years afterward. He became more guarded, more calculated, and began investing heavily in maintaining his image as the charismatic, family-friendly movie star America loved. But no matter how hard he worked, he couldn't shake the anxiety that Jim Carrey was one bad day away from unearthing his secrets. When pressed for specifics about what Jim Carrey might know, Eddie Murphy only gave the barest hints. "Look, I can't tell you everything," Eddie said, leaning back with a sly smile. "But let's just say Will's life hasn't always been what it appears to be. Fame does things to people, and sometimes people do things to stay famous." He went on to hint that Carrey's knowledge involved the kind of stuff that makes headlines, changes public opinion, and destroys reputations. Eddie left his audience with an uneasy feeling, as if they had brushed up against something dark and unspoken about the nature of fame and power. The question that remains is whether Jim Carrey will ever decide to reveal what he knows.
Talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track.
Carrey, who has been known for his outspoken nature and increasingly philosophical perspective on fame and identity, seems to hold all the cards. "Jim's a wild card," Eddie mused. "He might never say anything, or he might decide one day to drop the bomb and walk away. But one thing's for sure, Will's not sleeping easy at night." Murphy paused, his smile fading as he concluded his story. "Hollywood's got its ghosts, man, and sometimes they come back to haunt you." With that, Eddie Murphy leaned back, leaving his audience in stunned silence. As the listeners glanced around the dimly lit room, the weight of the story settled in and a single question lingered in the air. How many other secrets were floating around Hollywood waiting for the right moment to be revealed? The impact of Jim Carrey potentially revealing Will Smith's darkest secrets would be nothing short of seismic for Hollywood. Eddie Murphy's tale left a ripple of tension and speculation throughout the industry. Hollywood's glamorous surface has always concealed a complicated, often volatile undercurrent, but few could have anticipated the sheer magnitude of what might come to light if Carrey finally decided to spill what he knows. Will Smith's carefully constructed public image has taken decades to build. He's known as the family man, the inspiring star who broke barriers with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the blockbuster hero in films like Independence Day and Men in Black, and recently a celebrated Oscar-winning actor for King Richard. To his fans, Will has always represented resilience, reinvention, and integrity, but if Carrey's mysterious knowledge were to come to light, the destruction of Smith's image would be both swift and catastrophic. Will's whole career has been about being America's good guy, Murphy explained. He's made a fortune out of that persona, but the minute that shield cracks, he's no longer the man people want him to be. According to insiders, the stakes for Smith are so high that even the smallest hint of scandal could shatter his brand, leading to a loss of major studio deals, lucrative endorsements, and his ironclad position in Hollywood's A-list. More troublingly, such a revelation would almost certainly alienate his core fan base. It's not just about his career, Eddie added thoughtfully. Will's life as he knows it would change. The industry has a way of eating its own when secrets come out, and if Jim's got the kind of dirt he says he has, we're looking at Will's legacy going up in smoke. The consequences wouldn't stop at Will. Hollywood's glittering web is held together by a series of unsaid agreements, quiet alliances, and a shared understanding that certain truths stay buried. There's a reason everyone in this town stays quiet about each other's skeletons, Murphy noted. It's a survival instinct. If one person breaks the code, suddenly, the whole system's at risk. Carrey's knowledge, whatever it may be, could very well inspire a wave of revelations as others step forward, or conversely, scramble to cover up their own misdeeds. It's like Jenga, Eddie continued. Once you pull that one block out, the rest start falling. And right now, Will's that block. Rumors have already started circulating that other A-list celebrities, agents, and even a few studio heads are wary of what might emerge if Carrey's cards are shown. Industry insiders fear a domino effect, where more secrets about other Hollywood power players might be exposed, leading to a collapse of certain long-protected systems. If Jim goes public with what he knows, one Hollywood executive was quoted as saying, "You might see lawsuits, reputations destroyed, and a public outcry that could shake the industry to its core." One of the most dramatic dramatic consequences of a Carrey reveal would be the public's response. In recent years, fans have become increasingly disillusioned with the polished images Hollywood offers, and any revelations about Smith's hidden life would serve to deepen that skepticism. People love Will because he's always seemed authentic, Murphy said. He's made his life an open book, or at least that's what people think. If that book turns out to be fiction, you're looking at an uproar. Eddie hinted that some of Carrey's knowledge involves choices Smith made early in his career, personal matters that reveal a much darker side of the actor's climb to fame. We're not talking about small stuff here, Murphy cautioned. We're talking about secrets that could make people question everything they thought they knew about their idols. If Carrey were to expose these alleged secrets, the backlash would likely extend beyond Smith to the wider Hollywood elite, potentially sparking a call-out culture in which other stars might find themselves under increased scrutiny. This wouldn't just be a scandal, Murphy explained, it'd be a reckoning. The public would start to question the whole industry, and that kind of attention could do more damage than anyone's ready for. For Carrey, revealing the secrets he knows is as much a moral decision as a strategic one. In recent years, he has become outspoken about Hollywood's flaws, fame's toxicity, and the toll of living a double life. Jim's been burned by fame, Murphy said. He knows what it does to a person, and deep down, he's always had this itch to pull back the curtain on it all. He's in a unique position to do that, and Will might be the first domino. But Carrey's decision is also a high-stakes gamble. Should he choose to reveal what he knows, he could risk his own career and reputation, as well as jeopardize the good standing he's earned as a beloved comedic icon. He's a man with nothing to lose and everything to prove, Murphy remarked, and that makes him dangerous, because he's willing to burn his own house down just to make a point. If Will Smith's alleged secrets were to emerge, he might be left with few options. One path could lead to a public apology and an attempt at redemption. Hollywood has, in the past, shown a surprising capacity to forgive, but that forgiveness is often reserved for those who confront their past honestly and are willing to make amends. Will could come clean, try to turn things around, Eddie speculated, but with secrets as big as what Jim's sitting on, redemption wouldn't come easy. Alternatively, Smith might find himself ostracized from the industry that once adored him, left to rebuild his life and career in a world suddenly hostile to his carefully cultivated persona. People have short memories for small mistakes, but not for betrayal, Murphy noted, and right now, Will's got a lot to lose. The ultimate question remains, will Jim Carrey actually reveal the truth, or will he allow the secret to remain hidden? For now, Carrey seems content to wield his knowledge as a subtle but powerful tool, a reminder of his own place in Hollywood's twisted hierarchy. Jim's not your average guy, Eddie concluded, a hint of admiration in his voice. He's got a philosophy all his own, and sometimes he makes you wonder if the truth is more powerful when it's kept quiet, waiting to be unleashed. In the shadowy corridors of Hollywood, where secrets are currency and silence is survival, Carrey's knowledge hangs like a storm cloud over Will Smith's head, a quiet, ominous threat that could break at any moment. Until then, Hollywood holds its breath, knowing that in the world of fame and fortune, one wrong move can bring the whole empire crumbling down.